Chelsea Football Club are going to be very busy this summer, and it's evident that Matt Law comes out with a confirmation that we all already kind of knew. Michael Olise to Chelsea, not only have the talk started, but Chelsea are favourites. We're going to break that down for you. Conor Gallagher, well, there was a stupidly ridiculous, offensive bid from Atletico Madrid, but yet Atletico Madrid look at us and think we're idiots because they want to reject 40 million euros for a 19-year-old. I'm going to tell you everything, and I'm not going to lie to you, I'm going to rant on that one because I'm a little bit upset still. Finally, the big one of all. Chelsea are not looking for a centre-half, and it would be a shock according to Matt Law because they're looking for another specific position, and if they do get a centre-half, it means Levi Colwill is going into that position. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about the details. What I want from you now is, number one, hit that like button. 1,000 likes goes a massive way. And number two, we are 300 people away from 35,000. So start subscribing. It's the easiest thing you can do to support the channel, and you will get good, reliable, entertaining content on a regular basis. That's a promise. Let's keep it stepping. First of all, straight from the back, we need to talk about what Matt Law said on the London is Blue podcast. Number one, podcast is actually a very good podcast. I tend to listen when they get big journalists such as Matt Law that comes on and they just sit down and talk to him for around about 45 minutes. I don't know why they blocked me. I've never tweeted them, never said anything on Twitter to them. However, apparently we block people for opinions on football these days. It is what it is. But still, shout out to you guys. You guys are clearly doing a decent job because I'm watching still, even though you've blocked me. Not upset. But the reality is, all jokes aside, Olise to Chelsea is not agreed yet. The deal has not been agreed with Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, at this moment in time, according to Matt Law, and these are his words, are being very grown up about the whole situation. They are allowed 3 clubs to talk to the player. We know this is true from Fabrizio Romano, so what this is essentially doing is putting a stamp saying what Fab said, now Matt Law is saying this is kind of like we should take this as definitely true. Newcastle, Bayern Munich and Chelsea are all at the moment in talks with the Olise camp, trying to agree a deal, but they went about it in the frontest way. They went to Palace, asked for permission, and Palace are very resigned to losing the player. Fantastic news. However, Matt Law went on and added a little bit of more detail that was very nice to hear. He said Chelsea are in the lead. Chelsea are favourites for this deal. He believes, as it stands, Chelsea are publicly the number one option. What I want to say here is, this is very promising, but the deal's not across the line. Chelsea need to go get Michael. Michael Olise is a phenomenal player. Michael Olise has got 14 goals in 19 games last year and multiple assists, and is coming now into his zone where this is going to be his breakout season on the big stage. This is going to be his Cole Palmer season. This is going to be the season where he is going to step up and show the world why not only is he one of the top 10 wingers in the Premier League, no, he's one of the top 5, if not the best in his position. Chelsea need to go secure this player. For me, I am very excited to see where he moves, and hopefully it's the Chelsea Football Club. However, Matt Law also went on and expressed that Chelsea aren't only looking for Michael Olise, they're looking for a number 9. And what was very nice about what Matt Law said this time was he gave us a lot of detail, and I love detail because what detail gives you is clarity. Not waffle, but actual detail. So what did he say? Chelsea aren't looking for a tap-in merchant striker. They're not looking for somebody that's going to be in a 6-yard box ready to tap it in. Hence why, if you add 2 and 2 together, why Victor Osimhen is not included. Because Victor Osimhen is an expert at scoring and being a box striker. But Chelsea are looking for something different. And this is Matt Law's word. They're looking for someone that can run in behind, that can drop deep, link up play, and offer more than just being in the box and tapping it in. And the link up play element was very interesting. This tells me I don't see them going in after Duran, because I don't think Duran is that striker. Whilst Duran's got a great strike and he's very active in and around box, I haven't seen enough of him to say that he's a very good link-up player and he's a Nicholas Jackson type, because that's what Nicholas Jackson is. He'll run the channels for you, he'll pick up the ball, he'll beat a man off a dribble, link up with somebody, can play left wing, can play right wing if needed, he can play through the number 9 role. So for me, this is very interesting. Furthermore, he's also reiterated that Samu from Atletico Madrid He wants to stay. He wants to stay at Atletico Madrid. He has no intention of leaving. Chelsea are still talking to the individual's representatives. They're still talking to Atletico Madrid, and Atletico Madrid are being hard on it. They're saying, no, he costs 80 million euros. He's not for sale. That 40 million euro bid is not going to cut it. And this kid wants to stay in Madrid. And now you need to ask yourself the question, right? Because, you know, on this channel, we like to ask questions. We like to think logically. And more importantly, we just want to see if the stories add up. Why are Chelsea doing this so publicly? What I think is happening is Chelsea's putting pressure on Aston Villa and putting pressure on the John Durandi camp. And let me explain this. Aston Villa don't want to make a deal with Chelsea when it involves players. They want money up front. Chelsea, on the other hand, said, no, we are not doing that at this moment in time. We want to give you players. We're not paying you 40 million euros for John Durand. Then, John Durand's camp apparently have unrealistic expectations for salary and sign-on fee. Chelsea are telling them, we're not going to do this by this deal being so public. Because if the player at Atletico, Samu, doesn't want to come, if Atletico Madrid are asking for 80 million euros and you're offering 40 million euros with 30 guaranteed and 10 in add-ons, dude, you're half the fee away. Like, you're not going to pay 50 million, 60 million. And if you do, you're stupid. Like, you're absolutely stupid. But it is what it is. It's actually very interesting what's going to happen with this number 9 deal, because it is getting very messy. This really irritated me, all right? The reality is Chelsea Football Club regularly, and not only Chelsea, English clubs get taken to be mugs. They get taken to be idiots on a regular basis. You know, when we want to buy a player, like we pick up the phone or we ring up our Italian clubs, French clubs, Spanish clubs. Oh, hello, can we please buy one of your players? Oh yeah, of course you can. 90 million. Excuse me? 90 million. He hasn't played the first game, a league game for you. Yeah, 90 million. Final valuation. Clubs ring us and it's like, oh yeah, Conor Gallagher. Really like the guy. Yeah, what do you like about him? Oh, he's played a lot of games in the Premier League. He's coming into the prime of his career. He was very important for you last year. Very good player. I really want to buy him. Yeah, what's your offer? 20 million euros. I'm sorry, what? 20 million euros. Atletico Madrid put in a bid of 20 million euros. Let's put this in context. The club that wants 80 million euros for Samu, who has played 34 league games in the La Liga, want 20 million euros for Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher has played over 150 games in the Premier League. I don't need to source check that. I know this. This guy has played numerous games. He is proven to be a good utility player. You're telling me he's worth 20 million euros. You're taking the piss. Chelsea said no, and this is coming from sources in Spain as well as Ben Jacobs. And I'm telling you now, Chelsea should not be doing business with Atletico Madrid if this is the stupidness you're going to come to the table. Because the fact that they think Conor Gallagher is worth 20 million is disrespectful. I don't rate Conor Gallagher as much as the fan base does, as much as this community does. A lot of you that watch me think Conor Gallagher is amazing. And you know what? We're going to have different opinions. But I will tell you he is worth at least 40 million euros. He's a 35 million pound player. And the fact that you think you can bid 16 million and think it's acceptable is disrespectful. Honestly, I'd rather keep him and let him go on a free next year than let him go for 20 million euros. It is an insulting thing to do. The final piece of news is regarding the final piece of information that Matt Law gave us from the London is Blue podcast. He was very interested in what he said. He said, no, number one, Chelsea at this moment in time, because the question was based around Calafiori, you know, the guy that looks like a regen of Maldini that is playing for Italy right now, and they're saying, look, are Chelsea going to go in for him? He was like, look, I believe Trevor Chalobah will go, which is something that we've all been accepting. We understand that Trevor will be moving on, and if that happens and Chelsea go for a centre half, it means one thing. It means Levi Colwill will be moving into that left back role, and he's going to be there tucked in, whilst Reece James will be going into the midfield. For me, I don't want to see that. For me, Levi Colwill should be the centre half next to Fofana, and we get a left back that can tuck in and maybe just keep Cucurella there if needed. You know, like Cucurella can do a job there. However, this is where it gets interesting. He said, what I've been told is Chelsea are going to be going in for a left. I've been told numerous times Chelsea want a left back, and this is where it gets very interesting because we know Ian Matson's going to go. Are we going to get Ben Chilwell off the books? Because I don't see Chelsea going in for another left back when you already have Marco Correa, Ben Chilwell, and a third defender. I don't see it. Not from, oh, Chelsea just don't want to, have 3 people in the same position. Yes, it's stupid. But from the aspect that it is expensive. Ben Chilwell's on £220,000 a week. You can't have him be third choice on £220,000 a week, because Cucurella is ahead of him in the pecking order. I can tell you that for free, purely based on the fact that Cucurella is more comfortable in possession. He's just been a better player in the last 18 months. Ben Chilwell, in my opinion, his next club from Chelsea is going to have a horrible surprise when they sign him, because this player is shot of confidence, shot of athleticism, and technically he's never been great. So you're essentially getting a project that you need to rebuild. So it is what it is. But that was the news. Today's news was very interesting, actually. I feel like if you watched it this far, you gained a lot from today's news, because it gave us a lot more detail on the stories that we already kind of knew. So what I want from you now is to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, we are 300 away from 35,000. That will be a great milestone here, but it's not the end. We will be going for 50,000, and then we will be going for 100,000. And I will get that plaque one day. It is what it is. So peace out. I'm out. Have a lovely day.